This is a complete map guide to Mob of the Dead Remastered on Black Ops 3's Custom Zombies. The steps in this remaster are mostly faithful to the original Black Ops 2 Mob of the Dead map, with a few minor tweaks and a couple of brand new Easter eggs such as the Magmagat and the Stamin-Up perk machine, which we will touch on in this video. But this acts as a complete guide, so make sure you check the timeline printed on this video for the specific things you may need. You can also go ahead and download this remaster with the link in the description. But without further ado, let's dive in. To pack a punch on Mob of the Dead Remastered, it's the same procedure as the classic Mob of the Dead map from Black Ops 2. To begin, you're first going to need to grab the Warden's Key. This can spawn in one of two places. The first location is just outside of the entrance to the Warden's office, where you'll need to head into Afterlife, jump through this hole in the wall, and zap this generator. Once you're back out of Afterlife mode, you can simply grab the key from the floor. The second location is found just outside of the entrance to the cafeteria, and for this one, you'll also need to enter Afterlife, jump up above the entrance to the showers and zap this generator. And of course, just like the other one, once you're back out of Afterlife mode, you can pick up the Warden's Key right from the floor. Now we'll need to gather 5 parts to craft a plane on the rooftop. These parts can be gathered in any order. Part 1, which is the laundry sheets, can be found in the showers. If you're not sure how to access the showers, you'll need to enter Afterlife mode near the entrance, head into this gap in the wall revealed by the MP5 wall buy, proceed to the end, and then jump up behind you to zap this section that powers the entrance to the shower area. You'll then be able to head back out, revive yourself, and access the showers at any time. From here, you'll need to unlock this gate found within, enter Afterlife mode, and zap the generator powering this laundry machine. Once you're out of Afterlife mode, interact with the laundry machine, and you'll just need to survive. Just wait a little bit, the laundry machine will be done, and you can go ahead and retrieve the sheets. For the canister, head to the docks, unlock this gate, enter Afterlife mode, shock this panel, and then you'll be able to go through the gate and pick up the canisters right from that empty section. To get the engine parts, you'll need to enter Afterlife in the generator room and zap 3 generators that have the dials lit up. Typically, you'll find 2 in this very same room and a third one in a bonus room that's exposed by being in Afterlife mode. After zapping all 3, you should be able to head into the Warden's office, unlock the gate, and retrieve the engine from inside. Now, if you can't access the Warden's office and you're not sure how, all you need to do is enter Afterlife just outside of the entrance, jump through this gap in the wall at the top side, run along the right, down to the left, down a staircase, and zap this little section here to power up the gate and open it. You'll then be able to revive yourself and head into the Warden's office section. For the valve, it's dead simple. Just head to the highest part of the prison and you'll head past an infirmary where the valve will just be locked inside a cabinet that you can unlock with the Warden's Key and just retrieve it. For the rigging, you'll just need to head into the Citadel tunnels and use the Warden's Key to unlock the cage holding back the number device. You'll then need to enter Afterlife mode and follow the Citadel tunnels down, revealing a code on the left side. Enter this code into the number pad at the bottom by zapping 1 by 1 to get the numbers you need, and then go ahead and revive yourself. You'll then have a time limit. You'll need to run back down the Citadel again, right down to the bottom, and even past the Uzi on the right side. Take an immediate left and go where the cage dropped. You'll then be able to open the gate and retrieve the rigging from inside. At this point, you can head to the highest part of the prison again, just past the infirmary, and unlock the rooftop. To do this, enter Afterlife mode and walk through this gap in the wall, jump up, run along the rooftop, and you'll be able to zap this part here to unlock the door and make your way down to revive yourself. You'll then be able to craft the plane and fly over to the Golden Gate Bridge. Once you land, you'll be greeted to the Pack-a-Punch machine and you'll be able to upgrade your weapons. After some time, electric chairs will spawn at the back of this section if you want to go ahead and enter the prison again. And after flipping around in the prison, you'll see that you'll then need to refuel the plane if you want to go ahead and go back to the Golden Gate Bridge. To refuel the plane, it's dead simple. You just need to grab gas canisters that are in the exact same places pretty much where you found the parts. You won't need to do the steps to get the parts at all. You'll just need to go to where the parts were to grab gas canisters instead, and you'll be able to refuel the plane and head back to the bridge whenever you like. To claim the Hell's Retriever, you need to feed 3 dogs around the map. This is done by killing zombies one at a time in range of the dog and letting it consume them. The first location is in the cell block near the B23R wall buy. The second location is just past the infirmary underneath the rooftop. And the third location is out by the docks. After feeding all 3, head to the underground section, and near the Remington wall buy, there'll be an exposed bit of wall that you can walk into to claim the Hell's Retriever. This dope axe can be charged up as well if you want to do a more effective shot, and the beauty is it will always come back to you, and it can even retrieve power-ups. Upgrading the Hell's Retriever to the Hell's Redeemer requires you to first get around 15 kills with the Retriever. After doing so, you'll hear a very distinct noise that sounds like this. After this, you'll need to head onto the Golden Gate Bridge. You'll need to complete one full round on the bridge only using the Hell's Retriever. You cannot shoot your weapon or do anything else but use the Hell's Retriever for this. After completing the round, the same sound will play again. Head back to the prison and cast the axe into the fire found underneath where we fed the first dog. The same sound will play again. You'll need to flip the round, and then from this point, you can enter the Afterlife mode, head back to where we first claimed the Hell's Retriever, and you can now claim the Hell's Redeemer. This version can be charged 3 times instead of twice, meaning it's way more powerful and can even wipe the Brutus with a single throw. To claim the Blundergat, you must first get the Hell's Retriever. You'll need to use the Hell's Retriever to fetch 5 skulls around the map. The first skull can be found in this lit part of the cell blocks just outside of spawn. The second skull can be found on this pole outside of the docks. The third skull requires you to jump up and throw it towards this lamppost just near Juggernog. The fourth skull can be found opposite the rooftop area just on this corner. And the fifth skull can be found on the electric pole outside of the map from the speed cola section in the Warden's office. You can retrieve the skulls in any order, but once you grab all 5 in this Warden's office speed cola room, you'll be able to claim the Blundergat from the table. You can also go ahead and freely upgrade the Blundergat at the Pack-a-Punch machine with no further steps required. It's a very beefy shotgun, very powerful, naturally, but you can also upgrade it with 2 elemental upgrades found within this remaster for Mob of the Dead. Building the Acidgat in this remaster is identical to the classic original from Black Ops 2. You need to gather 3 parts and they each have 3 locations. The case can be found underneath the stairs in the main strip of cell blocks. It can be found opposite the Afterlife panel near the entrance to the showers, and it can be found just past the CD Street door from spawn. The motor for the Acidgat upgrade can be found in the speed cola room on the left side in the corner, just to the left of the mystery box location in the Warden's office, and the third location also being in the Warden's office just like the others to the left of the Uzi wallby. The final part, the sample, can be found in the infirmary section of the map in 3 different locations. One is in this corner in the room full of baths. Another location is on the table just to the left of the solo blood-filled bath. And the third location can be found on top of this trolley in the hallway. Once you have all 3 parts, you can go ahead and craft the Acidgat conversion kit. There are 3 possible locations for you to do this. One is at the workbench just past Electric Cherry. Another is a workbench found just as you enter the docks area. And the final workbench can be found in the cafeteria. Once you've crafted the Acidgat conversion kit, just place a Blundergat inside and you'll be able to gain the Acidgat momentarily. The Acidgat attracts zombies, which is of course a major pro and can be upgraded directly at the Pack-a-Punch machine. If you've already upgraded the Blundergat that you put in the conversion kit, then the Acidgat that you take out will already be Pack-a-Punch. So don't fret if you've already upgraded your Blundergat. This weapon is super effective, but it isn't as effective as the Magmagat upgrade that you can do exclusively in this remaster of Mob of the Dead. To get the Magmagat in this remaster of Mob of the Dead, you first need to go to the Golden Gate Bridge and back 3 times in total. It doesn't matter if you've done this before or after doing the Blundergat side Easter egg, you just need to have visited Pack-a-Punch 3 times in total for this game. Once you've done so and you have a Blundergat or an Acidgat, interact with the boards covering this fireplace in the speed cola section of the Warden's office. You'll then be able to place the Gat in the fire and you'll be in a lockdown. You'll just need to kill a fair few zombies to build up souls, and just like the Blood of the Dead Easter egg, this will eventually mean that you can retrieve the withered Gat from the fireplace and head towards the Magmagat machine. Now you are on a timer here. You'll need to use this withered Gat to head towards the generator room found by the docks, being sure to pass by the blue flaming barrels on your way down. This replenishes your timer and keeps the weapon stable enough to upgrade. This is represented by the blue flame at the end of the barrel. Keep heading down, being sure to stop by the blue flaming barrels and then interact with this machine in the generator room. At this point, it will be converting your Acidgat or Blundergat into the Magmagat, which is far superior in my opinion. This version can be upgraded directly at the Pack-a-Punch, and again, if you've already upgraded it before doing this step, then the Pack-a-Punch is already applied. The most effective way to use the Magmagat, for those who don't know, is to shoot it at the floor and let zombies run towards it and get completely incinerated. Now, there's a small bug at the time of making this video where it doesn't seem to kill the Brutus, but this is definitely going to get fixed. And the sheer firepower of this weapon, it just works in pretty much any round. You can go straight to the high rounds with this very, very easily indeed. And it basically just never really lets you down. It gets you out of corners. It just does the job. It's definitely the best elemental upgrade for the Blundergat in my opinion, and the one that everyone should try and use. What's even cooler is that you can freely swap between the Acid and Magmagat upgrades whenever you like. So if you've already crafted both in your game, you can take the Magmagat to the Acidgat kit to make it the Acidgat again, and vice versa. And you don't even need to repeat any of the actual steps. And you can do this as frequently as you like, which in my opinion is a pretty dope feature. To grab the spoon, there's two things you must have done first. One is head to the Golden Gate Bridge and return to the prison at least once during your game. And two, you must have gotten the Hell's Retriever. If you've done this, head into the main strip of cell blocks and use the Hell's Retriever to break this poster found in this cell block. Then head into Afterlife mode, head to the rear of the cell block through this wall, and you'll see a spoon embedded in the floor. You just need to keep zapping it until you hear a demonic laugh. You'll then want to go ahead and revive yourself and head towards the cafeteria. Use the Hell's Retriever on this table found at the back of the cafeteria and you'll get the spoon. It's really as simple as that. But of course, you can upgrade the spoon into the Golden Spork. Now, to get the Golden Spork, you first obviously need the spoon, but you also need the Acidgat. If you have these things, head into the infirmary and place the spoon in this lone blood-filled bathtub. You'll then see the spoon stirring and descending. At this point, you want to head into the showers with your Acidgat and just get a bunch of kills. Around 75 should do it. The laugh will play again to signal that you've done the step. All you'll need to do at this point is head back to the bathtub you place your spoon in, interact with it again, and you'll be able to retrieve yourself the Golden Spork. This thing is crazy powerful and it will one-hit zombies all the way up to round 34. To get Stamin-Up, which is exclusive in this remaster of Mob of the Dead, you first need to get the Magmagat. With the Magmagat, all you need to do is head to this door in the hallway of the infirmary and shoot this wooden block. After a short period, this wooden blockade will disintegrate and then the door will open. Inside, you'll find the Stamin-Up Machine, and if you haven't powered it up already, of course, you can enter Afterlife and do that, and then you can buy Stamina. There is a 4 perk limit in this remaster though, so do keep that in mind. To craft the shield in Mob of the Dead and Mob of the Dead Remastered, you first need to grab 3 parts, and these parts have 3 different locations. The clamp for the shield is found in the generator room just before the docks. One location is on this mini table facing the entrance. Another part is in the corner of the room on this shelving, and the third and final location is found next to this big generator at the back of the room. The cell door for the shield can be found in the Citadel tunnels. One location is against the wall ascending the staircase. The second location is towards where we find the rigging for the plane in the corner just before entering that section, and the third and final location is tucked away in a corner just before entering the generator room. For the last part, the frame, this can be found in the docks area. One location is in the corner just near the unlockable gate for the part for the plane. Another location is in the corner right by the trap purchase, and the third location is in a corner facing the tower trap. You'll then be able to craft the shield in one of 3 potential locations. The first location is in the docks area, the second location is just past Electric Cherry in the top part of the cell blocks, and the third and final location is a workbench found in the cafeteria. And at this point, you will have crafted the shield for this map. Just don't forget to grab another one when yours breaks. For this section, we'll go over some tips with using Afterlife. For those who are completely new to Mob of the Dead, powering up perk machines might seem a little confusing, but all you need to do is enter Afterlife and zap the electric panel found right next to the machine itself, and you'll then be able to come back out of Afterlife mode and drink the perk. You can also use Afterlife to power up the gondola found in the dock section to easily traverse between the main prison and the dock area at any time. Lastly, there are 3 power drops that are hidden behind different cell blocks around the map that you can use Afterlife to unlock and access whenever you need them. These drops do not disappear, so they're great to strategize with. The first power-up cell block can be unlocked just near Broadway by zapping this electrical panel just to the right of the cell itself. The second location is in the main strip of cell blocks, and you can find the electric panel to shock just to the right of the block itself again. And the third and final one is found in the spawn room. Being in Afterlife reveals this hole in the wall that you can go through to shock this electric panel, revealing another block in the spawn room holding a power drop. At any time, you can walk into these cell blocks to claim these drops when you need them. There are 2 music Easter eggs found in Mob of the Dead and Mob of the Dead Remastered. The first song, Where Are We Going, requires players to have unlocked the number machine found at the bottom of the Citadel tunnels, and you'll need to enter Afterlife mode and shock the numbers 935 into the machine to start playing the song. The second music Easter egg is Rusty Cage, and to play this one, you'll need to interact with 3 whiskey bottles found around the map. One is to the right of the Olympia wallby near spawn. The second can be found in the docks area just to the right of this crate right in the back corner, and the third and final whiskey bottle can be found in this section of the infirmary near the wheelchair. At this point, the song will play. To do the main Easter egg, it's first worth mentioning that only the remastered version here on Black Ops 3 Custom Zombies would allow you to do this Easter egg on solo. If you're watching this video whilst playing the original Mob of the Dead on Black Ops 2, unfortunately, you cannot do this Easter egg on your own. You're going to need to play at least with one other player. Now, to start the Easter egg, you must first complete the spoon step. You don't need to do the golden spork, but you do need to do the spoon. You'll need to have headed to the Golden Gate Bridge and back at least 3 times in total for your game, and you'll need to have gotten the Blundergat. Of course, at this point, we've touched on guides for doing all of these things. Once you've done them, you're pretty much done with the Easter egg already. All you need to do is enter 4 different prisoner numbers at the bottom of the staircase in the Citadel tunnels by zapping the number pad in the Afterlife mode. The numbers are the same for every game. They can be done in any order and with any number of Afterlife uses. So don't try and do all these numbers in one go. Make sure you revive yourself before your timer runs out, otherwise you will die. The numbers you need to input are 386, 101, 872, and 481. Once inputting all 4, once you revive yourself next, your screen will go to black and white and you'll hear the story behind Mob of the Dead. Stay in this section though, because once this audio cue finishes, you'll need to do another one by picking up the audio power drop found on the staircase back up through the Citadel tunnels. And then gradually you'll follow a series of audio logs heading your way slowly to the roof where the last audio log is positioned. There'll be 5 drops of audio logs to pick up on your way to this point. Once you've grabbed the final audio log on the staircase right to the roof, all you need to do from here is enter Afterlife mode. You don't need to have refueled the plane at this point. You just enter Afterlife mode and board the plane as soon as possible. Once you're on the plane in Afterlife mode, you'll head to the Golden Gate Bridge and you'll be greeted to yourself on the electric chair. Once you revive yourself from the electric chair, the final boss fight, if you want to call that, is going to take place. And at this point, you can get one of 2 possible endings to this Easter egg. If you're playing solo in the remaster, a bot will spawn and you'll be faced off against them. If you're playing cooperatively, you'll be faced off against your friend. The outcome of the Easter egg is dictated by whether or not Weasel lives or dies. If Weasel kills everyone else, then the cycle is broken. If Weasel is the one who dies, then the cycle continues. No matter which ending you get, the game will end and you'll have completed the Mob of the Dead Easter egg. And that concludes the complete map guide for the Mob of the Dead remaster for Black Ops 3 Custom Zombies. If you want to go ahead and download this map, you can do so with the link in the description. And a major thanks and shout out to COP for that, for developing this true masterpiece. Much love to everybody watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.